Sal is back, and he's back on Tyrion versus Odium's Calamity on the Demons of Chaos. Demons of Chaos gotten several buffs, and now they are up in the top tier of factions. I wouldn't say they're the best of the best, but they're up there. High Elves also doing quite well at the moment, but I did pick this replay to watch because we have Lion Chariots of Krace, the Keepers of the Flame ROR Phoenix Guard, versus Triple Bloodcrusher. I gotta say, that's not something I get to see very often. So our High Elf friends form a bit of like a teeny tiny box. But it's not fully complete. It's not even wide enough that I think I can really protect these guys. So we have the Towns of Torquelada, Sisters of Avalorn combo, then Spearmen and Silvern Guard front line, more Spearmen in the back, and the Keepers of the Flame ROR Phoenix Guard. We have Lion Chariots of Krace, the Fireborn, and a Lifecaster with Dwellers Below, Regrowth, and Earthblood. With Tyrion leading the army on his horse. Sunfang, Faint and Riposte, and Stand Your Ground. The other side for the Demons of Chaos, it is 4 Nurglings, 3 Bloodletters of Khorne, no, 2 Bloodletters of Khorne, 1 Chaos Fury of Nurgle, 2 more Chaos Furies of Nurgle, triple Bloodcrusher, the Shrieking Skyrays, and a Herald Slasher of Shadows, with Melkoth's and Enfeebling Foe, plus her Fury Summon. Some of the Fury's already going to dive into the center of the box, just stop the Sisters of Avalorn from harassing the advancement too much. You do need the Bloodletters to be able to get through these Spearmen and Silvern Guard. So I think that's mostly what they're going for, as a Melkoth's already starts to hurt the HP of the Fireborn a little bit while they get charged by Chaos Furies and Nurgle. I think those Chaos Furies accept their death, and they just wanted to get a charge onto the Fireborns. The Bloodcrushers could maybe come in and punish these guys as they're stuck in place. Speaking of stuck in place, Lion Chariots sallied forth to get some damage off, and that is not working out for them as Furies and Bloodcrushers have netted them completely. But Tyrion going for a quick Sunfang to clear out the chaff. Good dodge by Calamity, though, gets mostly out of the way, but in comes the Bloodcrushers, like we said before. Enfeebling Foe, lowering the Fireborn stats so the Bloodcrushers can actually do good damage to them. And the Bloodcrushers charging over on the Sisters of Avalorn. This is a bit of a disaster for the High Elves in the early game. Stand Your Ground is out from the High Elves, but Locust of Grace is back for the Bloodcrushers. So both sides throwing out defensive tools with a regrowth will try and keep the Fireborn in the fight, while Tyrion is also here to help. Lion Chariots getting chased off by the Bloodcrushers for now, and the Spearman front line already taking some damage now that the Bloodletters have gotten here, but the Fury backline access harassed the Towns of Torquelada and the Sister of Avalorn by quite a bit. Now the Fireborn, they are getting healed up. I'm kind of surprised there's no fire damage here that stops them. Bloodcrushers only do magic damage, they don't actually deal fire damage. Still doesn't matter, as the Fireborn are dragged down at last, leaving just Tyrion and Life Mage all alone. Bounce power is kind of 50-50-ish, but it definitely feels like it's going in the Demons of Chaos favor, as the Towns of Torquelada do manage to turn around and get a couple shots off quick. But I mean, the Bloodcrushers are right there. They're going to hop in and stop these guys quickly. I guess the Keepers of the Flame are running around, so everything you commit to the Archers just has to sit on the Keepers of the Flame. That'll do a lot of damage to. 2 of our Bloodcrushers that are in here are very damaged, as they go Rhino stomping through the Towns of Torquelada. Tyrion's getting a couple shots in their back as they do so. We have one healthy Bloodcrusher that's busy chasing off the Lion Chariot. It will be back soon. The Herald of Slaanesh is safe and sound. For the Furies, there are none left. I believe she has 1 summon, or 2 summons left. Nope, no summons. So, all the Furies are out of the game. The Shrieking Skyrays are still a flying presence if you need one. Bloodcrushers have plenty of mobility among themselves as well, and they're even going to take some time to chase off the Towns of Torquelada, while the Herald of Slaanesh just avoids Tyrion. So, even pops a tier 1 army ability just to give her more speed and vigor to get away from Tyrion. 140 speed. She is cooking. The Bloodcrushers are back. High Elf front line's trying to hold. Besides Keepers of the Flame, though, they're not looking like they're gonna hold. Do we have enough left to kill the Keepers of the Flame? I mean, that Shrieking Skyray's Lamper's Bite was pretty good. Still have some Chaos Furies, I guess. Bloodcrushers in the distance, full HP, anti-infantry, and armor piercing. And then Melkoth's spam from the Herald of Slaanesh should be able to whittle these guys down. How long can the Phoenix Guard hold out? They fight bravely against the Tides of Chaos. Look at them go. As these Spearmen flee the field, the Keepers of the Flame feel no such compulsion. As they even get a regrowth. Are they on fire right now? They are not on fire. So they get that full healing and vigor. making them an even scarier combatant, while the Herald of Slash and some of her other cronies chase off the Spearmen and Silver and Guard that are routing. Bloodcrushers are turning to the fight, Lamprey's Revenge just sitting up above, and of course Melkot's always getting cast onto the Keepers of the Flame. But with Tyrion's help, the Keepers of the Flame are going to grind through. It looks like 2 Nurglings are about to die, and a Bloodletter, and then another Bloodletter takes a huge Sunfang to the face. Okay, they're doing their best. The Keepers of the Flame healing cap is now within sight. And they're still looking rather damaged, even though they got a regrowth. Nice rear charge in from the Herald of Slash should also damage the spirits of these Spearmen enough to get rid of them. And I wonder if Tyrion can get an honest fight with her. He might need to if they're going to have a hope in this game. Well, we have 2 wounded Bloodcrushers just trying to get their vigor back. It looks like they're setting up for a bit of a surround. Full health Bloodcrusher waiting off to the side as Shrieking Sirens come in. There goes a Bloodcrusher charge plus a Melkot's on Keepers of the Flame. That is going to be a lot of damage. And balance power was 50-50 for just a second. It's starting to fall already. Does Tyrion have a stand your ground that he desperately needs to keep the Phoenix Guard in this fight? Overcast to Earthblood trying to keep them going, but it's not going to be enough. There's the stand your ground, the leadership they so desperately needed, but even then it's not enough. Still the Keepers of the Flame going to rout. 2 Bloodcrushers very, very low. But can Tyrion solo carry? Not as ridiculous of a thought as it would seem. There's not a lot of single entity killing here. It is mostly on this full health Bloodcrusher. As this other Bloodcrusher, it was demonic disability crumbling for just a second, then it managed to rally. And the Herald of Sun needs to back off. She can't beat Tyrion in a fight. And they will need her enfeebling foes and definitely her leadership as time goes on. Because if she died there, that Bloodcrusher's dead, and the other Bloodcrusher is pretty close to demonic disability crumbling too. Life Mage leadership is faltering even though she's full HP, which is a lot to say for an elf. If an elf caster is nearly routing at full HP, something's gone horribly wrong. But one of the Bloodcrushers does fade away due to demonic instability crumbling. The rest have Tyrion and a Life Mage surrounded. And she throws out a Dwellers Below. Will Calamity notice and start to dodge? Doesn't look like he's going to dodge yet, and there it is. Big Dwellers Below, and I have to say a mistake from the Demons of Chaos. Don't know if they weren't focusing or if they're just kind of getting lazy because they feel like they've already won, but it's a big Dwellers Below. Now, thankfully, the Bloodcrushers are a Khorne unit. They have 35% spell resistance, and it was undercast, and they have high armor, and. But still, it was a good amount of damage on your very important unit. Life Mage is routed. One of the Bloodcrushers is about demonic instability crumbled out. Shrieking Skyver's down to half HP. Herald Slash is half HP. And in comes an enfeebling foe onto Tyrion as the Herald charges in. This is Tyrion's tough spot. Whenever he starts to get low, he has that Heart of Averlorn healing, but he won't always get to use it because if he's the last thing left, if he gets low, the bounce power spikes so much that he just gets army lost before the healing even procs. He is getting good shots onto the Herald of Slash and the Bloodcrushers surrounding him. He needs to do as much damage as he can to get that balance of power nice and low so he can get his heal without getting army lost. The Bloodcrushers continue to surround him. Shrieking Skyver is going to chase off the Mage of Life, however. Tyrion continues to hold for the moment. Still swinging for the fences. Hasn't done a crazy amount of damage to those Bloodcrushers since the Dwellers Below. A little bit, but it is taking him like way too long to kill them if he's going to win this fight. We'll see. Maybe he'll get a big heal. Maybe he can demonic instability crumble these other Bloodcrushers. Who knows? Sweet Sorrow is out though. And that is looking like army losses. Nope. Faint and Riposte is up. Not that Faint and Riposte really matters versus demons. He routes anyway. It provides some melee attack, melee defense, but it's mostly physical resistance, which they all bypass. It was a good fight. Tyrion got close, but not quite. 2,000 value for him. Caster didn't get too much, but she's a life caster, so great assault. Keepers of the Flame did fantastically, but the archers were shut down instantly. And the Lion Chariot of Krace, normally it sucks, but I will say it especially sucks when it gets surrounded by Furies and Bloodcrushers and dies. For the Bloodcrushers, 1,900 value a piece for 2 of them, and then one got 1,300 value, so very good performance from the Bloodcrushers. Nurglings kind of just died for the cause. Bloodletters did okay. Furies and Shrieking Skyrays did great. And then Calamity's Caster also did an amazing job. GG. Roar. Subscribe. Yes.